Okay, let us start the class. In Python, I'm going to explain how to create user-defined functions. How to create user-defined functions. First of all, let me tell what is function. What is function? First, we need to understand what is function. What is function? We need to understand that what is function, how many types of functions in any programming language. Normally, two types of function: user-defined function, and one more is that built-in functions. Built-in function. So there are two types of function: built-in function, user-defined function. So what is function? First of all, try to understand that what is function. Function means a block of code will be executed whenever we call a function. When we call a function, a block, BLOCK block of code will be executed. So under the function, whenever we call, a block of code will be executed. So what do you mean of this? What is the use of this function? Okay, use of functions. Use of function is what? No need to write the code again and again. Use of function is called no need to write the code. No need to write the code again repeatedly. Repeatedly you need not to write the code. Okay. So user function is what? No need to write the code. No need to write the code repeatedly. Means again and again. Huh? So why do we need not to write the code again? Means once code is written and that is stored with a name, now it is called a function. See, practically I will show you. Suppose see, a value is 5. So it is what? Integer value, but it is to be stored somewhere else in the computer memory, na? So where should we store this? In a variable. Variable is what? So variable is a in computer memory location. This value will be stored temporarily in a variable. Variable is nothing but simply x is equal to, if I return x is equal to 5, this x is called a variable. Okay, variable, we can define the variable as vary means changes. Its name, its value can be changed anytime. Its value can be changed anytime. Now it is x5, sometimes maybe after that it can be 8, after some time it may be some text vasu. So the value is sharing. Now that is what changing. That's why it's called variable. Okay, variable. Okay. So now this value text I have written, that is to be stored in computer, but it is text, but in computer's memory it is stored as a string. Always in Python, string will be stored, string will be denoted with the, it is to be mentioned with the single quotation or double quotation marks. Now it is a text, but it is called string, mentioned in single quotation marks. Now that is assigned to a variable x. Now this is stored in computer's memory. It is stored now. Once your variable is created, this data is stored now. Now if you want to see this, you can simply use the built-in function. Print, you pass the value x. So now what will be the value? You can see here, this is was. So which function I have used here? Print function. Print, that is called print function, that is built-in function. Okay, so next, if I want to know, I told you that this value stored in computer's memory. So if I want to know that location, whether I can know that location, the computer location, whether I can know it, yes, you can know it by one more function, built-in function, print id function. id function. Now you x. So then what happened? I have passed this variable to id function. So this id function gives the location where this x is stored. It gives id function will, this id function, see, return the identity of an object. This is guaranteed to be unique among simultaneously existing objects. See, Python use, okay, memory address. As I told you that object's memory address. So memory address, this id function returns gives the memory address where this string type of data stored. You run this code. So this is the memory address. In this memory address, this x variable created, within this string type of data stored. Okay, so for this I have used id function. To see the value on display on your monitor, to see the value on your monitor, print function used. So these are called what? Built-in functions. What is that? So many functions in Python are built-in function. One more function, if I want to know the length of this len function, length of what? This variable x. So this len function, it is a built-in function used to know how many characters of this string. 4 characters. You will get the 4 value. So what is the use of this built-in function? They are predefined functions. Built-in functions are predefined functions. Predefined means they are programmed and put a name and keep a name. So function always consists of some lines of code. See, in Python, user defined function will be declared with a def keyword. After that, a name of a function. Suppose add is a name of a function, and then function must be suffixed with brackets, then after semicolon. This is the syntax to write declare any function. Now why it is giving error? After the function declaration, one expected indented black, we need to give one black means what? Some margin. This margin is called indentation. After this I need to put somewhat margin. After that, line of code, whatever the line of code. Now you cut this total line of code, you cut, now you paste under this function. Okay, now question is what? Whenever you put any instructions, these are called line of statements, otherwise every line is called an instruction or statement. If you want to keep them all instructions or statements part of a function, you need to pass some margin, you need to follow some margin. That margin is called indentation. Okay. Now these 4 lines of statement, 4 line of instructions, it is called a block of code. These 4 lines, 4 statements come under a block of code. This block of code is part of this function. Function name is equal to add. Now whenever you call this function,